Hey. Welcome back to Her Divine Journey podcast on the platform Words That Speak with your host, me, Brandy, aka the Jules. Thank you, Lady Gems, for tuning in and staying with me. All the supporters, everyone who goes to my website, everyone who's waiting for the book, everyone who's donated to my book fund. Y'all, it's still running. I'm almost there. I'm almost to my 2G milestone. So thank you. And if you are still wanting to donate, the time is now. Okay, whether it be $1 to hundreds of dollars, whatever your budget is, if God places you on my heart, I'm here to receive it, y'all. So I'm so excited. It is birthday month, June. Whoop, whoop. And it is a big milestone number for me. And so I'm so excited. I'm actually going to be traveling. I have traveled many places, and where I'm going has been such a mission to get to, even since I was younger. So I'm actually going to New York, right? I'm trying to get this off my list. I know it's a once in a, you got to go at least one time. And I'm trying to see things before they're not there anymore, right? So I'm actually going with my oldest son and my cousin from Puerto Rico. So I'm super excited to go. So I will be gone, but I will be pre-recorded as I usually do for the podcast. So I will not be missing y'all unless there's some technical difficulties. But your girl will still be hosting because traveling, I'm not going to stop doing what I do, right? I also, unless things change, I'm supposed to be having a major surgery this month. And so that is something I'm also having to get ready for. As of right now, it is set for the 16th of June. My birthday is the 13th, and I come back on the 14th. So yeah, I got a little bit of a vacay, and then into surgery I go. So y'all keep me in your prayers for sure. It is a procedure. I'm not going to get into all the details, but it will be a procedure to prevent cervical cancer. So yeah, that's been a journey over the last 5 years now with different procedures and stuff. And here I am. So just waiting for the last little bit, all the T's to get crossed and the I's to be dotted. And your girl will be on her way into a surgery and then recovery. But that is the latest update for that. Let's get into this episode. So I want to talk about this month of June. I want to talk about when I stopped learning and I stopped growing. So that will be the theme of June. So this episode is the first one, and it's called Stuck on Repeat When Growth Hits a Wall. It's gonna be good, y'all. So you already know the routine. I have my protein water with me. Already had my tea for this morning, but if you need your coffee, your OJ, your water, if you do a protein shake, whatever it is, your smoothie that gets you going, I hope you have it with you because we're gonna dive into this. So I want to open up with a question. I want to ask you, have you ever looked up and realized you've been living the same year over and over again? Not because you weren't trying, but because you stopped learning and you stopped growing. So for me, it started not long after high school. Life hit hard and fast. And in my mind, I believe that if I could just keep going, just survive, somehow things would work itself out. But I didn't face the things I was really dealing with. I numbed them. I was in survival mode. I was just, let me get through the day. I got to get through the day. And I was more worried about tomorrow than I was in my present moment. And so at the time, I was already a teen mom. I had big dreams of college. College was one of them. Writing a book, traveling. But my circumstances did not look like any of that was going to be able to happen. And I wanted something more for myself and my future. But then something happened, y'all, and I was robbed. And I didn't know how to face my mother and tell her I had lost the money. So if you want to know more about this story, you will have to read the book Addicted to Pain that is dropping in September of this year. So instead of choosing honesty and facing that hard conversation, I chose fear. And I made a decision out of fear and out of pressure to not disappoint her. But that decision didn't lead me into growth. It led me into a cycle, and one that would repeat itself over and over again. See, looking back now, my mother would have rather of me have came to her and been disappointed with that minor disappointment than what I chose to do and how much I went against my grain, my values, my morals, my beliefs, just everything. And it took me into a very destructive cycle. And so that moment marked the beginning of me slowly stopping what made me me. I became someone else. I became someone through my pain. I masked myself. And so I wasn't me. I wasn't my authentic self. But I swore up and down I was real. I wasn't fake. But y'all, wasn't me. I wasn't. I was fake. And it was hard to say that at the time because I could say that about a lot of people, but not me. I wasn't. I was me, right? I was surviving. I was doing the best that I could. And though that is true, I switched up. I changed my identity over and over and over to fit these different masks. So I stopped writing, which I've expressed many times to all of y'all that I have been writing since I was a little girl. That was a passion of mine, a sanctuary of mine. That got done. I lost most of my writings. I didn't take care of them. I just stopped caring about it, which was not me. That's not really me. I stopped reading books. I loved reading. And I stopped. I stopped dreaming out loud. I just started living in survival mode. And like the beauty of life just got evaporated from me, just like got sucked out of me, okay? And so the beauty of life was getting drunk or getting high or maybe having sex or maybe hanging out with my friends, maybe buying a new car, being materialistic, right? Name brand stuff. That was beauty to me, but it really wasn't. It wasn't beauty. And it definitely wasn't growth. So I let life dictate how I felt and what I did. I became a slave to my own desires and to my sin. And I wasn't choosing healing. I wasn't choosing learning. And so I stopped growing. But here's what I want you to know now. Because here's what I know now. God never stops teaching us. But we can stop listening. We can get so hurt, so distracted, or so disappointed that we shut down. So Proverbs 1:5 says, let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. So wisdom doesn't come from knowing it all. It comes from staying teachable, even when it's hard. See, I stopped being teachable. I was hard-headed. I wanted to learn by experience instead of instruction. And y'all, that is for somebody. There are some things in life you do not have to experience, okay? You can learn by others. You can learn by instruction not to do it, okay? But no, I was hard-headed. I wanted to experience it because there's that default in us as human beings that won't happen to me. That won't happen to me. That can't happen to me. But yet there are all these statistics. There are all these stories that it will. Like, that's what happens. You're like playing Russian roulette, okay? Like, if we have sex unprotected, there is a chance you're going to get pregnant. There is a chance you're going to get an STD. So why are you shocked by it when it happens? No, you want to experience it because no, it won't happen to me. But it will. Okay, it will. It may not happen the first time, but eventually if you keep playing with it, it will happen. So So that's a food for thought. That's something for somebody. You do not always have to learn by experience. You can learn by instruction. Okay. So looking back now, I realized I was stuck. Not because God wasn't present, but because wasn't willing to be present with him. I had no God in my life. I had no Jesus. I had none of it. Because when I did learn about God, it was in school. And when I left school, I left him. Like he was only there. And since I wasn't in the school anymore, I didn't see him in my environment because I never was looking for him. I wasn't searching for him. I wasn't calling on him. I wasn't praying to him. I wasn't doing anything that had to do with God. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't listening to the music. I wasn't worshiping. I didn't even have a Bible. Okay. So there was no relationship because though God was there, God was waiting for me. He was like trying to wave all these signs. He was trying to talk to me. He was trying to get to me. I had a wall up. Like and I wasn't mad at God. Like he didn't seem like somebody that I needed or that he needed me. It just was one of those that was just like, no one really around me talked about him, and we can become our environment, y'all. Birds of a feather flock together. No one around me was like really into God, and we really was just doing what we thought we were supposed to do to survive. And so I was running from everything I needed to face, including myself and God. And maybe that's you. And maybe you've been stuck in cycles, and maybe you felt like the years are blending together. And maybe you've been going through the motions, but you haven't been growing. Like, I want to remind you, there's no shame in being stuck, but there is power in recognizing it. And so you can choose differently. That is something God has given us, that we have choices. We have free will. He is a gentleman. He's not going to just barge in. You have to ask him to come in. So you have to learn how to choose differently. So today, I want to reflect on this. What dream, passion, or habit did you stop nurturing because life got hard? What dream, passion, or habit did you stop nurturing because life got hard? And what would it look like if you picked it up again? Because do not believe the lie that you're too old or you're not smart enough, because life is about learning. And when you stop learning, you stop growing. And so there's always time to learn. See, the good news is growth starts again the moment you say yes to it. So yes to healing, yes to God's truth. So let's grow again together. I'm here for it, y'all. I'm here for it because I've been on this side and now I'm on this side, and I know it's possible. So I'm not just speaking it just to say it out loud. Your girl has done it and been through it. And now I'm back to reach back and pull you with me. That girl, get back. Lady Jim, come on. Get back to what you need, what you gave up on. So I hope this message has reached someone and that you have been encouraged. And if you would like, you can DM me. You can message me on the website at wordsthatspeak.com, and it's WORDZ.speak.com. So thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead and also the week ahead. All right, toodles.